come with me to make a nature-inspired magazine collage. First thing that you're going to do is trace out on some paper a rough sketch of your design. I decided to do a flower, so I'm just roughly tracing out the petals. Next thing that you'll do is gather different pages of magazines that have the colors you want to use. I knew I wanted the center of my flower to be yellow, so I found a few pages with yellow prints and patterns on them. Now I'm going to cut out the shapes that I drew and align them on my sketch. The more patterns and colors that you can mix and match, the more depth your picture will have, and the more realistic it will look from afar. I recommend not gluing anything down until you have all your pieces cut out and arranged, just to make sure that you like the placement. Once they're glued, it's much harder to change your design than before. I knew I wanted to use reds and pinks for the petals of my flower, so I found a bunch of magazine images that had those colors in them. Once you're cutting them out, you're not going to notice what the picture is as much, so don't worry about that. The smaller your cuts are, the more your eye will read it just as a color and less as a background image. You want to take your time on this collage. It's important to really arrange things and play with it to make sure that you like it or that it looks the most realistic that it can. I decided to glue down my biggest petals first and layer my smaller ones in the center of the flower. Another reason not to glue so fast is to make sure that you are layering properly. If there's things that have to be behind other things, then you want to make sure that you're taking your time to glue the first layer before the layer that goes on top. For my stem and leaves, I just found some green pages in a magazine and cut them all out of the same image. Again with layering, I slid the stem under a petal that I hadn't glued down fully so that it looked like it was behind the petals and not in front of them where it wouldn't be in real life. Once I glued my last leaves down, I erased all my pencil lines and my collage was finished.